Newsline 9's Wake Up Wisconsin, your trusted resource.
Thanks so much for starting your morning with us. I'm Paige Hulsey. A former Wausau High School religion teacher and soccer coach is headed to prison. Now, the timing of this is significant. 2 major heroin-related crimes took place just this week in Marathon County. We are following breaking news this morning. Explosions and fire at a warehouse on the East Coast. Some members of Congress are saying it's like deja vu. Once again, officials with the Centers for Disease Control testifying about another anthrax scare. An out-of-control hot air balloon tethered to an SUV and crashing into a row of tents. That was the dramatic scene after storms in southeastern Wisconsin disrupted a festival this weekend. But what we really should be focusing on is the Bahamas. It kind of just parked itself over the islands there.
And you'll hear all about that life as a hooker.
Well, people in central Wisconsin felt like they really knew her. She was a hometown hero. Did they miss or overlook a sign that this was all happening? Officials are still on scene here, keeping it secure tonight. This home, this property was rigged to create maximum damage possible. Witnesses I spoke with said the scene here earlier today was chaotic and devastating. 250 people were inside this building here behind me when that SUV came crashing through. It's about 3 degrees in Rhinelander right now, and this pipe that would normally be freezing cold is actually warm to the touch because of the amount of electricity being sent through to try to warm up the frozen ice inside. Fairgoers can ride them until their hearts are content, as long as they have a wristband, which costs $20 cash. Same deal for games and food. Green is the ticket to all the fun. Now, we did find one vendor who does accept credit cards coming up tonight on Newsline 9 at 10. Why they predict many more will start taking plastic, and soon. We're going to put it to the test. We have the whole course set up here, just like they do at the competition. Energy. Hopefully they can maintain that through the day and into tonight's game.
They'll need it for their homecoming
12
game.
hours to go.
12 hours.
To give you an idea of just how quickly the drone market is changing, take a look at this. A teenager in Connecticut made news earlier this week for firing a handgun that was attached to a drone. So when you hear the word jet lag, you probably think of being tired from traveling. But social jet lag is a new phrase related to smartphones. No, the 4-year-old flower girl did not want to miss out on the action. She planned a big old smooch ride on the young ring bear.
In November, it was down to 5.2%.
But we still never reached that goal of 250,000 jobs.
We have not.
ABC's Kenneth Moten joins us now live from Moneta, Virginia. Such an unthinkable tragedy, and on live TV. Kenneth, what's the latest on this investigation? Protesters on the steps of the Portage County Courthouse were optimistic at first.
I'm standing up for what I believe in, for gay rights, and because these people need a marriage license.
We really believe that, God loves and cares for everyone, and why should they be denied the right to marry?
The protest was organized by a Stevens Point couple of 14 years.
We know the law is unconstitutional, but we're stuck in the middle because we live in Portage County, Wisconsin.
The couple says they went to the Portage County Clerk's office 9 times this week hoping to get a marriage license, but they were denied each time. County Clerk Shirley Simona says she wasn't issuing licenses because she didn't have a clear answer about what to do. This after a federal judge ruled the state's same-sex marriage ban unconstitutional last Friday.
I understand that that's their right. I think it's their right to get married. I just wish that I could issue them that marriage license and with clarity and, knowing that that was the right decision to issue it to them.
The county clerk and protesters waited for clarification all day.
Anxious, very, very anxious, very nervous.
Angry.
And a little angry. Okay, very angry.
Late today, the judge made her decision, putting marriage licenses on hold. Couples who spent the day protesting here say regardless of the judge's ruling, they're still not giving up.
And we're going to keep fighting until we get our marriage license.
Something they'll have to wait for even longer now. An anxious crowd waited to hear an explanation from the Town of Polar chairman.
And I want to clear the air on certain things that got out in the public.
A private citizen's ad in the newspaper caught the attention of hundreds in the small Langlade County town. It claimed the board was proposing a noise ordinance, one that would prohibit loud noises like gunshots.
Excessive firing, yes.
The town chairman says he did suggest a noise nuisance ordinance, but he says the one that was leaked was just a working document that they didn't intend to pass. He also said the board didn't have any way to enforce this kind of ordinance.
It got out to the public, And this is what happens. It just got way banged out of shape here.
Still, some residents at the meeting say they were being targeted by the ordinance. Jonathan Fay is the chairman's neighbor.
I'm a die-hard Second Amendment fan. As far as I'm concerned, this is another way for them to take away our freedoms.
He says a 4th of July campout at his property last year triggered the chairman's idea.
He did say that we shot 700 rounds off that weekend, and that might be right, but take 700 rounds and divide it by 25 people, and that really amounts to a pinch of nothing.
The chairman admits his neighbor's shooting is part of the noise problem.
Well, yeah, it was just for the gunfire. The other is dog barking, and the other one is the tire squealing. That I have no clue of who we're doing that.
Other residents are worried a neighborly dispute will impact what they say is their right to shoot guns on their property.
I moved out of the city of Antigo so I could come out here and have the freedom to shoot my guns and to teach my grandkids and kids how to shoot a rifle and safely.
The chairman says he understands the citizens' concerns.
The people here tonight, they showed what they wanted, and they do not want an ordinance. So this is their town, and this is what we'll do.
So he says for now, no noise ordinance is in the works. This lit-up driveway was 20 years in the making.
Adding on every year.
It's a gift Philip Peterson gives his wife every Christmas.
These candles to me represent his love for me.
It started as a surprise many years ago when they were just dating.
And I made a couple blocks, put them out by the manger.
He said, "Hey Deb, come out here. I want you to see the manger." And I said, "Okay, come out." And there was these 2 beautiful candles on each side of the manger. And I said, "Oh, where'd those come from? They're awesome." He says, "Well, I made them."
I call them ice candles.
Those candles have become their holiday tradition.
It's all I wait for is my Christmas candles.
This year there are 51 Christmas candles, all made by hand.
I fill it up all the way to the top and set it out at night and let it freeze. Then I take a heat gun and go around the pail and drop off, then it drops out. Then I take a drill and drill it out.
He says the work is worth it.
It's just something that she loves and I love, and it's to keep Christmas simple.
The couple says the real highlight is the simple scene at the end of their shining driveway.
They leave right up to the manger.
It's about love, it's about family, and it's Jesus coming into the world for all of us.
And the Petersons plan to continue celebrating that every year with ice candles. In Mosinee, Paige Hulsey, Newsline 9. I can't believe I thought I was going to win. Now I'm going to have to write a concession speech to Nate. Because Nate picked today.
Nate picked today, and Justin picked tomorrow, actually.
Yeah. So we're not declaring it over just yet.
No,
we're just saying could be today.
That's funny. That's what happens when you play the weather. You never know what's going to happen.
That's what happens when you brag that you win.
Yeah.
You lose.
That is Vegas.
Some changes for deer season this fall. Hunters will not be allowed to kill antlerless deer in 13 counties. In a hearing that could change the case against one of the Waukesha girls charged in the Slenderman stabbings. It'll continue today. 3 missing children are back in Wisconsin after a 3-month search in Mexico. Authorities have evacuated more than a dozen homes in Eau Claire County as they search for the suspect. New this morning, a gas station clerk in Wausau was robbed by a man with a gun overnight. Indonesia's Air Force chief says he expects no survivors from yesterday's plane crash. Rescuers searching for survivors after a massive explosion in the port city of Tianjin. And thank you so much for starting your morning with Wake Up Wisconsin. We hope you have a great day.